Hi everyone, I am Zoreen from Esports Network. Joining me today is Nadeshot. How are you, man?
Doing pretty well. I feel a lot better now after today. We just took out CLG. We're officially 2-0 to start off the spring split, and I could have never imagined it to go as well as it has. And so just really happy, really proud of the team.
Yeah, it was a crazy match, you know, like I watched it up here in the press room, and it was kind of funny just to see, you know, 100 Thieves being, I guess, the relative newcomer to the NA LCS versus CLG, this like established brand who is pretty much the longest running professional esports team here in the NA LCS. How does it feel like to know that, you know, you guys were able to take a game off them?
It feels great as an organization just because you're right. I mean, we are very new to the LCS and we definitely want to come in and prove ourselves. But I was more worried about Zach, and because he's a very calm, cool, collected guy, doesn't share much emotion. But I would imagine if you're with a team for 5 years, there's got to be some sort of mindset going into that match like, oh, I really, really want to win. And so I wanted to see him take the W. And I'm so happy that I was able to. The match was so clean. I mean, our first match versus Optic was an hour long. I think this was like 25, 30 minutes. And it was never a doubt that we were going to win. So I bet that's got to feel incredible for Zach. Feel great about it through the organization, obviously. And so it's just an all-around been the best weekend we could have asked for the premiere of the NA LCS.
Definitely. And it's your first weekend as well, you know, like has it exceeded expectations, or did you come in not really knowing what you were going to see? Like,
honestly, the structure that Riot has added to esports for their title has been incredible. I mean, I walked inside and they gave me a badge. And I know that might sound goofy, but I've never had one in any other game that I competed in. I got to go backstage, got to do all these different things. So that part was really cool. Riot has done a great job of just helping the organizations with franchising and really making you feel a part of the game and the lore and the community. The fans have been incredible, honestly. I mean, I come from Call of Duty, and so for me to be welcomed in the manner that I have been has been just an incredible feeling, and I'm so grateful and thankful for everyone showing so much love to the organization and myself. But overall, it's just been an incredible experience. I mean, this is a game that I've been working in a parallel with over the last like 5-6 years, and I never got to jump in and be a part of it. But now that we're a full-fledged franchise team, it just feels so great to roll up our sleeves and get to work and hopefully help the esports industry grow and the LCS community get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what we're trying to do, and I hope we can help with that.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly bring a lot of experience to the table coming from the Call of Duty scene, like you mentioned, and you're also like a big content creator as well. I wanted to ask you about that. What do you think in terms of like the experiences that you're bringing over as a content creator? How is that? What sort of skills have you been able to transfer over to what you do with 100 Thieves here, I guess, in the NA LCS?
Yeah, sure. So I think the biggest thing for us is that 100 Thieves really wants to be story-driven. I think all 5 of our players have such incredible backgrounds in this game. They have their own history in terms of their careers and just their life in general, and we really want to start telling those stories so that people, I think organizations, and they need to be accessible in the sense that you can't really connect with a team, and you don't really, unless they're winning every single split. I mean, what motivation do you have to be a 100 Thieves fan? And so for us, of course, we want to win, but we also want to let you connect with our players, and so that you can understand where they come from, their past, and what they've been doing, and how they got to this point. And that was always my biggest goal as like a content creator. I just wanted to be more accessible so that when you're watching my stream or you're watching my video, you really know where I came from, what I'm about, and who I am as a person. So that's the most important thing for us. We really just want to tell great stories, bring these personalities out, and that's how we've been focusing our content so far. And for me, I think the other experience that I bring to the table that I think needs to happen more in esports is bringing in non-endemic sponsors. I mean, for the last 2 years, I've been working more as like a lifestyle entertainer rather than just gaming, and I've been able to connect with some incredible companies with some big budgets, and for that to translate over to esports, I think is super important. I mean, Riot did a great job with State Farm. They stuck that on us like the first round of applause. I like, that's incredible. We just brought in Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. And so to have these companies that normally probably wouldn't enter into the esports space because they might not understand gaming, for us to sort of bridge the gap with just more of a personality-driven content, I think it makes it seem more approachable and it's more brand-friendly. And so I think that's a lot of things that we're going to be trying to do at 100 Thieves to just sort of help this esports, this crazy world of esports keep growing.
But to play devil's advocate as well, I think a lot of people also fear the fact that, esports will lose its kind of grassroots feel because of big names coming in. I mean, I know yesterday when I came to NA LCS, everyone's talking about how like Reggie drove in with his Lambo and like the Warriors got their like NBA trophy out. What do you say to these concerns?
Well, I don't think it's a concern in my eyes. I mean, for me, it's important to realize that the more sponsors come in, the more the money that's being spent on this industry is the more opportunity for you at home growing up to work in esports in some capacity or another. I never thought that there would ever be an opportunity for me to make gaming a career. And because of the growth in the industry, I've had that chance to do that. And I'm very grateful for that. But I want to help others do what they love. I mean, there are so many people probably at home like me that just connected with video games at a very early age. And my lifelong friends that I have to this day, I were met through the gaming community. And so that's a lot of things that are important to me. And I want to give those opportunities to other people as well. But as for Reggie and all these other situations that you brought up, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to, want to be successful. And we definitely shouldn't hate on people for being successful. I mean, Reggie has his own story, and anybody that has found success in esports, I'm sure it didn't come easy, and it didn't happen overnight. So I don't think that's something that we should be afraid of. At the end of the day, this grassroots feel that we have right now is because it's comprised of players who are passionate about esports, players that are passionate about the game, and all the fans at home. So we're never going to lose that, I don't think, because we'll always have video games as that thing that we can all connect to. So I don't think that'll ever change. I just want to see more money come in so everyone can have the chance to do what I'm doing today.
And what would you say is the end goal for 100 Thieves?
That's a loaded question. That's a very loaded question. I just want, honestly, the biggest thing for me that I've been focused on is I just want any player that comes under our organization to feel at home. I think we had a lot of pressure in bringing Zach from CLG for 5 years. I know someday had the opportunity to maybe go to China or back to South Korea. Will's had long careers with C9 and Cody with Immortals and Ryu with P1 and all the other teams that he's been on. My biggest focus is making sure that they feel comfortable with us and they're happy to be here. And so what we really want to do, our biggest goal is to bring anybody under the 100 Thieves organization and help them be more successful post-competition. I think it's one thing to be a professional gamer for a number of years. It's another thing to have something that you can connect to and build a career off of when you're done in competition. So we just want to take care of anybody that joins 100 Thieves in one way or another, and just making sure that we can cultivate those relationships and make everybody feel like they're really a part of this organization, because it's a clean slate. Everyone here on day one is just as part of 100 Thieves as I am, and we want to make everybody feel like that from here on out. And obviously one day it'd be great to win a major tournament or be the biggest team in the world, but right now we're focusing on what we can be focused on, and that's the players.
Awesome. Well, that's actually really interesting insight. It's been fascinating to see like the heart of the philosophies for each of the teams as well. So thank you for sharing that.
No, of course. Yeah, I mean, we're an open book here. So we're just excited that we had the opportunity from Riot to be a part of the LCS. And so we're just trying to take every single day one step at a time and make sure we can do right by the entire community and the players.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Nadeshot. Really appreciate it, and best of luck for the rest of the split.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me. Those are great questions. Thank you.
For more esports coverage, be sure to check us out on YouTube, Esports Network.